Right, good morning, viewers. Once again, we are dealing with quadratic equations, but this time we are going to focus on the perfect square case. Before I get into that, let me talk about perfect squares. When we talk of perfect squares, we are talking about numbers that can give you an exact square root. These are rational numbers. Let me give an example of perfect square. We have numbers like 1 is a perfect square. You know, if the square root of 1 is 1. Then 4 is a perfect square. 9 is a perfect square. 16 and so on. So we also have cases like expressions that give us perfect squares, like if I say x squared, this is a perfect square. Also, if I say x plus y squared, this is also a perfect square. So each time when you have something that you can raise to power 2, power 2, power 4, power 6, power even number, as long as the number is, the power is even, then it is a perfect square. Now we are going to solve quadratic equations that involve the perfect square. All right, I have these 3 examples. I have these 3 examples. The first one, x plus 2 in brackets squared is equal to 1. Solve for x. Right. Let us start with that one. X plus 2 squared, this is number 1, is equal to 1. So what you do here is to remove power 2. And how do we remove power 2? We find the square roots on both sides. The square roots on both sides. So this side, the square root of, okay, to be more specific, you can say x plus 2, the square root of x plus 2 squared is equal to, each time we take the square root, that other side, make sure you put a plus or minus 1. Right. So the square root of this side is just like you are cancelling power 2. So it's going to be x plus 2. Which is equal to plus or minus. This side, square root of 1 is 1. So you take your 2, that side. So x is equal to, it was positive here, it goes there, it becomes negative. Right. So x is equal to, we can say therefore, x equal to minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, or x equal to minus 2 minus 1, which is minus 3. Minus 3. So that is how you deal with the perfect square. You don't need to expand this side. Then you write it in the standard form and then start with the quadratic formula or factorization. You are taking too long. Just take square roots on both sides. But if you expand and use factorization or quadratic formula, you still get the same answer. But remember, we are in the examination, we are racing against time. So don't do things that take most of your time unnecessarily. All right. Example number 2. Example number 2 is number 2, solve 7x minus 6 squared equal to 121. Right, that one. Let's do that one. Find square roots on both sides. I said when you are taking a square root for anything with power 2, just cancel the power. So it's going to be 7x minus 6 equal to plus or minus the square root of 121. we've taken the square root of this side by just cancelling the power. Right, so 7x minus 6 is equal to plus or minus root of 121 is 11. Yeah, so 7x is equal to, take your 6 that side, it becomes positive there. All right, then you can say divide both sides by 7. So x is equal to 6 plus or minus, okay, let's say 7x over 7 equal to 6 plus or minus 11 over 7. You are dividing both sides by 7. It will cancel that side. Then x equal to 6 plus 11 is going to be 17 over 7. Or x equal to 6 minus 11 is going to be minus 5 over 7. So here you must be careful. Read the instructions in the examination. If the instruction says round off your answers to 2 decimal places, that means you have to change this to a decimal and round it to 2 decimal places. So I did not give that instruction, so I can mark anything here. But in your exams, check your instruction. Round off to 2 decimal places. Then you go further, you change it to a decimal, but round it to 2 decimal places. Right, that is example number 2. Then my third example, is 2x plus 5. 2x plus 5 squared is equal to 16. Right. Like I said before, take square roots on both sides. Taking square root of the left hand side means you are cancelling this, the power 2. So I cancel power 2. I get 2x plus 5 equal to plus or minus root 16. Right, 2x plus 5 is equal to plus or minus 4. Now, 2x is equal to, take the 5 that side, it becomes negative plus or minus 4. Divide everything by 2, equal to minus 5 plus or minus 4 over 2. All right. The left hand side, the 2 is going to cancel. Now we have x equal to, that other side is minus 5 plus 4. Minus 5 plus 4, which is minus 1 over 2. Or minus 5 minus 4 is minus 9 over 2. Again, I emphasize to the reading of instruction. If the instruction says round off your answers to 2 decimal places, change this to decimal, then you round off to 2 decimal places. If the answer does not say anything, end up here, you get all the marks. Right, so that means this method is now going to lead us to solving equation using solving the equation by completing the square. So the next part is completing the square. So for today, for now we end here. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.